Ivana, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Mark. I feel like I just spoke to you a few minutes ago.
Well, I tell you what, a week goes past very fast, doesn't it, in the world of luxury spas and Hawaiian holidays?
I'm never going to live any of that down, am I? No.
Is that your new full-time business now, is it? Yeah, reviewing holidays to Hawaii while you're at the luxury spa? What a good idea.
I think so. How about reviewing luxury spas around the world? You know, you asked me what I really, really wanted to do.
Yeah.
I think I changed my mind. I think that's what I want to do.
That's a great idea. Go and do it.
So.
What's holding you back? Go on.
Just the small case of COVID-19.
I may suggest you start in Budapest and go to the Turkish baths there, because that'd be a great place to start the journey, actually. And then you're in the midst of Europe and you can go off to all the amazing spas in Europe. Go up to Scandinavia and get into the Ice Hotel. They've got a fantastic spa there as well.
I heard you talk about with, I forget what his name was, your PR guy. Talk about the Turkish spas and all the mischief you guys get up to there.
Oh, Drew, yeah. Drew was telling us about, he's living in amongst it there, yeah. He's
Yeah. I pay attention and I watch your podcast. So, yeah, I love the guy. He's got great energy and he's just funny.
Yeah. But I can't talk too much about the mischief that gets up to in Turkish baths. That's got to stay in the bath, yeah.
What goes on in Rome or what goes on in Turkish bath? Yeah, sure. I'm up for the challenge.
Exactly. Okay, so we're going to do a bit of a review on what we talked about last time on the show, which was episode 8. And I'm getting the numbering right finally after we whizzing through these shows. But on episode 8, what did we talk about, Ivana?
We talked about planning the design and content of your services page. So if you offer services or products or courses, then all the content you should include on each page. And today we're going to do something similar, but for products.
Yeah, and don't forget on the services page, you should be having things like a good photo gallery. Before and after photographs, you should be doing things like having obviously very clear contacts, whether it be, we had a little bit of a chat about mobile phones and whether you should use your Channel 7 landline that you've had locked away for years that people might want still to be ringing you on. But we also talked about having testimonials, and we talked about having links as well, affiliate links, and we're going to be doing a show on that, aren't we, at some stage, Ivana?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think that's one potential where people can make a lot of money quickly without having to stock products. So I'll probably bump that up in as to when we actually cover that topic.
Okay, cool. So if you haven't joined us before, shame on you. Get out and check all the previous episodes that Ivana and I have done and find out what some of Ivana's beautician tips are, as well as what holiday destinations she's got on her bucket list. And you can learn about websites as well. So this is
it's just an afterthought, the websites now, isn't it?
Multi-dimensional show. But what we do on this show every week is we go back, and Ivana kindly and generously reviews quickly a listener or a viewer's website that they've sent into us to have a quick review of, and she provides some positive feedback on that website and also a few tips on how that website could be improved. So today we've got a wonderful product, actually, because it's a product that I'm going to be trialing actually very soon, because I've been sent some of this stuff, and I'm looking forward to it. So tell us what it is, Ivana.
Well, I actually wasn't quite sure how to pronounce it. Is it Elements?
It is Elements.
Elements.
Yeah. So let me throw it up here so people can see. There we are.
Okay. I was actually very excited when I arrived at that website, because I thought, this is beautiful. So well done on the design. It was, it's refreshing to see, and in terms of the products that they have and everything like that. I love the fact that they have a pop-up that comes up with the subscribe, so that what we've been talking about, capturing people's emails address. So they do have a pop-up. The only thing I would say about a pop-up is that sometimes people shut it down really quickly. So having another way to collect email addresses maybe a little bit further down the page is a good idea as well. Some people have pop-ups blocked, so they might not see it. So having it as an inline form helps. But good on you for having it on your website. I love the design. It's very clean. It's modern. It's easy to navigate. They have fabulous pictures, obviously professional photos, and it shows. It goes a long way. Looking at their product descriptions, excellent. I love how they describe everything and every element. They answer basically all questions that anybody might have about their product. So that was really good. And they also have a store locator which shows where you can buy the product. And they are carried in Woolies, which is brilliant. So for people overseas, it's like a major chain supermarket here in Australia. So that goes a long way to credibility. So I really, really love the website. And I was kind of thinking, well, is there much more that I can add to sort of how they can improve it? And so there's just a few little things that I thought of. And we talked about this in the last episode, and that is, at the bottom of every product you may also be interested in, or other people that are interested in this product have also bought this, and showcase your other product. So if somebody is not interested in a particular tea, they might be interested in other things or other products that you might bring in if you're considering expanding your range. So just having that at the bottom of every product page, I would recommend. I couldn't find any testimonials or product reviews on the website, so I'm not sure if they're there hidden somewhere. And if they are, I would put them somewhere like prominently. Mainly on the main navigation, just so that people can see it. As I said, call it either testimonials or product reviews. That'll go a long way. And as I clicked through different pages, I noticed that they don't have a contact page in the main navigation bar, and they also didn't have a home page. So if I go to one of the product pages, I can't easily return to the home page. So I would just include those two buttons in the main navigation so that people can contact you easily. And I know you have your contact details in the footer, but people don't always think to go to that. So include a link in the main navigation for those. But everything else I love about the website. So well done. Congratulations.
Yeah, shout out to you, Nicole, in Melbourne in Australia. It's a great website, and you and your team have done a fantastic job. What are your thoughts, Ivana, around, and this could open a bucket of worms, but I'm that kind of guy. So what do you think of people when they start their business and they take a name and they change the regular spelling of the name? And I did that with Humanity, of course, and Nicole's done that also with Elements and calling this business Elements. What are your thoughts around that?
Yeah, look, you're right. It can open a can of worms. I think sometimes it's clever, but sometimes it can go actually against you. If somebody, like if you said to me Elements, I just think that you mispronounced it. And if I was looking for them, I'd be typing in Elements. The same thing with Humanity. And I found that as I was talking about Humanity, even doing postings, people would start saying, you've misspelled that, so that I'm having to backtrack and say, no, I didn't misspell it. It's actually spelled that way. So I think sometimes it might be difficult for the business owner always having to explain themselves. For me, where it shows up is when I first started, 18, 20 years ago, I was trying to come up with a clever way of having websites for small business, which was really long. And my brother suggested I do Web for Business. That was already taken. So WEB, the letters for business, was taken. So I thought, I'll just put a 4 in. But it's just been a pain. Anytime I'm trying to spell the domain name to people, and even when you spell it for them, you don't know whether they get it right. So, yeah.
Do you reckon Global Sports Channel is pretty simple to remember?
Yeah, perfect. And it tells me exactly what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas,
but no, I was just interested in that because a lot of people. Sorry, I'm talking over you, but a lot of people come up with these creative names for their businesses, and one of the reasons they do that is because they go to that old domain search and they find that the name that they wanted is gone, and they come up with 10 other backup plans, and a lot of the time that's where they land, right? So I can understand it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's good to have a domain name which is short, which in this case they have it. But if you could have a description in there, like if you did want to do, say, elements and spell it properly, maybe have Elements Tea or Elements Australia or something, because it's ideally you should have the description of your product or service or brand in your domain name.
Yeah.
And just so that people know, again, straight away what it is that you do. But look, it's tough. I get it, because trying to register a domain name these days, it's hard, and especially for a global domain with .com. So I think the jury's out on that one. If you're willing and patient to be spelling it out forever, I guess one danger is that if, like, you may spell it out to me, but then I tell somebody else, have you checked out Elements? I'm not going to spell it out to my mum or to somebody else, and they will go and they may potentially find your competitors. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
It's a tricky one.
Let's move on. Fantastic. And
okay.
Nicole, the bottom line is you've done a great job on your website. Everybody loves it. So top stuff. Okay. Our main topic, we're going to plan the design and content of your product page today.
So, and this is going to be very similar to the services pages. And actually, today is the perfect day that we reviewed Nicole's website, because she's done such an excellent job on her products pages. So I would say go and have a look at what Nicole's done, because she's covered a lot of really good things on her tea pages. So again, I would start with the product description, and I would outline who the product is suitable for, what problems it solves, and list not only the features but also the benefits. And so I found a really good description of what features versus benefits, because I think a lot of people get confused. So features are characteristics of your product, whilst a benefit is the positive impact it has on your customer. Mm-hmm. So, for example, if you're buying a camera, the feature would be 10 times optical zoom and it's lightweight. Benefit would be capture special family moments. Okay, for a computer, you might have it features 1 terabyte hard drive. A benefit would be store all your important documents on one computer. So that's just to show it's good to have both. Don't just list all the features, but also the benefits of each product, because people connect to it a lot better on an emotional level.
Yep.
So that would be the first thing. The next thing is to answer any frequently asked questions about that product. Mm-hmm. So if people are asking, do you have extra, like in case you're buying, say, a camera, if you're selling a camera, people might want to know what other products they can use it with, or if you've got other products that like extra lenses or whatever. So answer any questions that people may have about that product, where it's best used. Only you know your products the best, so you will be able to come up with things that people may have been asking about, and I would answer and have us like a little tab maybe on the page and just answer all the questions there. Obviously include pricing, and especially if you've got an online store and you're selling through e-commerce, so obviously have pricing. If you're not selling online, still include the pricing. Mm-hmm. But really, we want convenience. So if you've got products and you're not selling them online, unless you're selling them through like an Amazon store or eBay, there's not much point really in listing them on your website, because people want to buy there and then they don't want to email you to buy a particular product. So, and especially at the moment, we're all shopping online and shipping worldwide and everything like that. So now is a good time to set up a shop if you've been thinking about it, and have all your products there. And we also talked about having affiliates selling other people's products.
Yep, we did.
So we'll cover that in more detail, in which case you wouldn't need a shopping cart. But you can include the same information, because then again you'll stand out from all the other affiliates if you answer all of the questions about a particular product. The next thing would be product reviews, and you can link to a review website. There's many review websites. If you've got particularly good reviews on a website, then just link to that or include them on your website. Sometimes I think they get a bit diluted, so people have reviews all over the place, and so they might have 10 reviews here, 20 reviews there. So I would say try to put all the reviews in the one spot, so then it looks like you've got 300 reviews for your particular product. So reviews are really important.
Have they got as much credibility as they used to, reviews?
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, when they're buying products, they will go and look at the reviews. And it used to be that, if you wanted to be mean, you could leave negative review for a competitor, for example. But I think these days the review websites are really smart. Like in the case of Amazon and few of the others, you actually have to have bought the product through them in order to be able to review. So if I haven't bought your book, for example, I can't leave a review for the book. So I think these days, and look at sort of where the review is actually at, and see if that website has any credibility. I mean, if you're seeing that 90% of people are leaving positive review, and there will always be somebody who's not happy with it, so that's why I think overall, if you've got more positive reviews than negative reviews, it's better that you've got a higher number, because then more people have bought the product.
By the way, the book's not far away, so you'll be able to get it soon.
On Amazon?
Yeah, on Amazon. Where all
fabulous.
Good books are sold, you better get my book.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so the next thing, photo gallery, and where I've seen it used is, for example, you could actually install an Instagram feed on your product pages, and you could be asking people to share where they're using the product. So one of my clients, she did this really well, although I'm not sure if she's got it specifically on her products pages, but she has this little disc, and it's a plastic disc. It's about this big, and it's called Glass on the Grass. And basically what it is, it just gives you more space if you are wanting to have champagne and, the glass is so narrow. And so you just kind of slip this disc on. It's not a very glamorous product. It's a piece of plastic. But the way she's presented it, she's created a whole story, a family sitting on a beach drinking, friends sitting in a park drinking. And so then she shares these pictures on social media and on Instagram, and it feeds through. And you could ask people to share their experiences and share where their products, because then it helps to spread the word.
Absolutely, yeah.
Adds the the creativity. So things that you may not have thought of how to use it, your customers will tell you how and where they've used it.
And it builds your community, right? So
it absolutely does. And we like 15 minutes of fame. We like to know that we've been featured somewhere. So and that's a good thing for products, because sometimes products are not that exciting. So that would be thing. Again, calls to action, buy here, click here to order, whatever. And sometimes you may have to test a few different calls to action to see what works best for you. You may also want to test out different colors of your buy now buttons and things, and see what people respond to the most. Again, contact details. You want people to be able to contact you in case they have any questions before they buy the product, and you want to make it super easy. So as we talked about, include your phone number. And I know sometimes it's inconvenient because you don't want to be answering phones. And if that's the case, if you're getting so many phone calls that from people wanting to know, and you're working on your own, you might have to get a virtual assistant or somebody to answer your calls. But make it, again, about what's convenient for your customer. Don't make it about what's convenient for you. So
glad you raised that point today, because in a number of episodes we've done recently, we've talked about, collaborations and partnerships. Outsourcing is something that can be really useful for a small business, and working with an outsourcing company for all sorts of different activities within your business, so you can focus on what your core activity is. And if you've got a fantastic product, then you should be putting all your energy into developing that product and making it even better, rather than doing the meaningless things.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% agree. And it's hard initially when you're starting in business. It's like, do I put my money into marketing, because a lot of businesses have limited budgets, or do I put it into outsourcing? So it's a bit of a balancing act. But I think once you can find that you offload a lot of the tasks that you don't need to be doing, then your business takes off, because you can focus on what you do really best. So I agree with you totally. So yeah,
outsource your marketing. That's the answer to your question.
Oh yeah, there you go. So we talked about the contact details, and as I mentioned before, also you may be interested in, or other customers have bought this, have also bought this. And you could have, like, the other thing you could do with products, you can actually bundle them. And I have a client, he has a winery out in Hunter Valley, and he's put together these packages. So it's not that he's not only just selling wine, but maybe wine and chocolate together. And so, he can then sell that for Father's Day and Mother's Day and Christmas. And so he gets to sell more products just through packages, because then they become more affordable, and you get so much more. So packaging things and including that at the bottom.
Sounds to me like there's going to be another opportunity for you to get out of Sydney soon and head to the Hunter Valley to do a bit of taste testing.
But I don't drink, Mark. I'm thinking I'm going to have to start.
You can take your friends.
Yeah, I know.
We could do a show live from the Hunter Valley vineyard. Wouldn't that be good?
You know what? I've actually got 3 friends, and we're heading up to Nelson Bay in 2 weeks for our post-COVID escape. So I can't wait for that. I'm sure there'll be some drinking. I'm usually the designated driver. So.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Yeah. So those are the tips for today.
Brilliant. Really good ones. And we've talked about affiliate marketing. A lot of people are really interested in this. It's a huge subject to cover. There's a lot of things that you need to know about, and we are going to talk about it in more detail. So we're not just skipping over these things. We are going to come back to the really important deep dives on the ones that we've talked about.
Yep, absolutely. And so today's question, have you got any questions you wanted me to answer, or should
Not specifically, just go with the one you've got. Yep. Okay,
so the other question that I get asked often is, how do I get to the top of Google? Don't even go there. So this is a whole topic in itself. So there are basically 3 ways: through search engine optimization, and this is where and we talked about having keywords and key phrases on your website before, but this is where you research what people are actually searching for, and then you serve them all the information they want about that particular topic. So search engine optimization is one way. It's expensive because it takes a long time to actually do, because it's not only whatever goes on your website, but it's having lots of backlinks pointing to your website that dictates how well your website ranks. So search engine optimization is one way. The other way is through Google Adwords. So you can pay to run ads for particular key phrases or keywords, and then depending on how much you bid, that's where your ad will display. Again, sometimes this is a good opportunity for small businesses, especially when they're just starting out. But there's a lot of testing that goes into testing. There's a lot of time that goes into testing and seeing what works and what doesn't work. You can spend a lot of money and not get any results. So it's probably best that you work with somebody who knows how the system works and how how you can get some results. If you've got time and money and you want to learn, it's not that difficult. But I would probably do a few online courses, and just because that way you can shortcut through the whole process. So Google AdWords is another way to get to the top of search engines. But for most small businesses, I say go to Google My Business. And Google My Business, it's a service that Google offers to businesses where you get to list your business for free. Now, they verify that your business is a real business by, I think there's like 3 different ways to verify it. One is, so you have to put your business address in, or if you're working from home, you'll have to put in your home address, and then they send you a postcard with a verification code. And only when you verify it, then your business gets ranked within Google. And you will often see the businesses that are listed in Google My Business, they come up as in results within your local area. So if I'm looking for a hairdresser in the area where I live, it will show the businesses that have the Google My Business listing first, because they try to match customers to the local businesses, and that's completely free. But as I said, you have to put your address in, and then this is where you have all your reviews. You can add photos there, you can add all the information about your services and things like that. So as far as I'm concerned, I think Google My Business is the best solution for small businesses starting off. Search engine optimization is a process that takes 6 to 12 months to show results. I mean, I always say, look at your business long term, and that's fine. But don't expect that if you pay somebody $2,000 to optimize your website today, that it will show up in the search engines tomorrow, because it won't. They have no control. They can't do it. So, and look at other ways of promoting your business other than through search engines.
Good advice. Good advice. Okay. Google My Business. If you live on a sailboat and you run your business from the middle of the ocean, the authorities don't like the middle of the ocean as a street address, so you've got to have a tangible land address somewhere, just a FYI. And this is important because there's a lot of people across the world who actually listen to the show who are digital nomads. They've got their laptop, they're traveling the world, they're doing their business, and we're all learning as we go in this new world of digital nomad, because there's a lot of regulations and restrictions around having a business where you need to have a physical address for different things, and sometimes you're just nowhere near that physical address. So be careful when it comes to actually where you register your business, how you register it, because down the track you're going to come across these things like Google My Business, where they're going to ask for particular registrations of your business. You're going to need to verify these things, and if you've got some kind of fantasy land in there, then you're not going to be seen as a credible business, and it's important.
They won't register if it's not a real address. They won't let you register it. So how do you overcome?
I can't tell you my secrets online, Ivana. And no, you're not going to find my name in the Panama Papers. That's not what I'm talking about. So
the Bermuda Triangle.
I do everything legally. It's just that there's all sorts of creative ways to do things. Yeah,
fair enough. Fair enough. I'd never thought of that, because there's not many people you come across that live on their boats, or not that I come across anyway.
You'd be surprised. There's an army of people working and living on their sailboats around the world, and it's increasing every day. And not only their sailboats, in tiny houses and in RVs and on the back of a motorbike. I've got a guy yesterday talking to, he's on the back of a motorbike with a laptop traveling around the world doing his business.
Oh, fabulous. I love that. I love those stories. Oh, my God.
There we go.
Maybe in my next lifetime, I'll put Jordan through uni, and then maybe I'll look into that. Off. I'll be off,
Okay. That's a really good question, though, in terms of, where people... Because, again, we've talked about it every episode on the show so far, that people think it's going to be an overnight success having a great website. You're going to be found tomorrow by millions of people. Well,
and you'll retire on your yacht. No, you won't. Unless you're hustling. But I've put together a downloadable called "Painful Truth About Getting to the Top of Search Engines." So again, the link will be in the show notes.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's tough. It's getting tougher by the day. I mean, I think I mentioned last time we're at something like 1.8 billion websites, and can you imagine what it's like for Google to try and sort through everything that is out there? So yeah,
I love that though. I think that's a great challenge for entrepreneurs to take on board, because you need to be creative. You need to differentiate yourself against all those competitors out there. So if you're really a true entrepreneur, then that's where you need to focus on, and making sure that your product or service has got a differentiation that can be a standout in your particular industry.
Look, it doesn't take a lot, because so many people are just so complacent and they can't be bothered. So if you just do a little bit extra, something like getting professional photos, you'll go a long way, and include the information, because people just go, oh, it'll be fine, but it's not. We expect a lot more from all our websites and information that we're finding. So
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now I've got hundreds of people. I've got hundreds of people writing in every week asking for homework. So
I'm sure
you better send out some homework.
So, well, the homework for this week is going to be to write the copy and design for your product pages.
Okay, brilliant. So if you're going to do that during the week and you want to send it in to Ivana and I to check out, get onto our social media, let us know, or drop us an email. All the details of how you contact Ivana are in the show notes of each show. And she's such a generous lady, and while she's sitting down at a luxurious spa, she'd love to read your emails and go through them all and give you some feedback. I need
to plan another one of those trips.
Ivana, it's been fantastic having you with me again today. Thank you very much for your time, and also for sharing your great knowledge on how to build a world-class website. We're going to turn a lot of people into amazing business successes out there with this series, so thank you very much for your time.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. I know I always love talking to you, and the fact knowing that hopefully it's helping a few small businesses, that's an added bonus.
Absolutely. We'll see you again soon.
You will. See you.
Bye-bye. There we are, folks. Episode 9 of Building a Website with Ivana Katz, and today we went over building the pages for your product. So fantastic pieces of advice there. And if you haven't been following the series up until now, you can go back and catch up, do a bit of binge watching or listening. Don't forget, you can also find these episodes in the podcast version if you want to go out for a walk with the dog and listen to us chatting about websites. But if YouTube is your thing, then you can watch the episodes right here. Don't forget, if you like our content, please tell someone about it, a friend, family member, or even a work colleague. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button here on the YouTube channel so you can be notified when the next episodes are coming down. This show is weekly, so you're going to be able to catch up and find out exactly how fast you can build a website with Ivana's wonderful pieces of advice. The last thing I'd like to say is thank you very much for giving me your time and listening to our show. We appreciate it. We know there's a lot of choices out there on YouTube when it comes to watching videos, so we're very grateful that you stopped by to watch our video today. I'll be back again really soon with another video. Until then, I wish you all a very happy, safe, and prosperous week ahead. Bye for now.